This morning, or maybe yesterday, you stepped out your front door for a walk and the first thing your body did was mislead you. Your ankles felt stiff, so you shuffled the first few steps. Your feet felt heavy, so you watched the ground a little more closely than usual. And somewhere in that first block, the tip of your shoe caught the edge of a paving stone, just barely. And you told yourself to be more careful. But careful was never the problem. Your calves were still asleep. And for the first 5 minutes of every walk you take, that puts you at more risk than almost anything else you will do all day. Now, that is not meant to frighten you away from walking. The opposite. Walking is genuinely one of the best things you can do for your body after 70, and I am not here to talk you out of a single step. But here is the one thing walking cannot do for you. It cannot warm itself up before it starts. Those first minutes run on cold muscles, and cold muscles are slow muscles. Nobody ever told you that how you start a walk matters as much as the walk itself. Not because you missed something, because this is one of those simple pieces of knowledge that never seems to reach the people who need it most. Today, it reaches you. The fix takes 60 seconds. You do it standing at your own doorway, holding the door frame you already hold, and you do not need to buy a single thing. By the end of this video, you will know the one move to do before every walk, why it wakes up two separate systems in your legs at the same time, exactly how to attach it to your shoes so you never forget it, and how to walk that first block so a trip never gets the chance to become a fall. And near the middle of this video, I am going to give you the 10-second doorway test, the little test that tells you whether your calves are truly awake, because the result of that test is the part that surprises people the most. First, let me show you what is actually happening in your legs when you step out that door. Think about a car engine on a frosty morning. You would not turn the key and immediately pull onto a busy road at full speed. You give it a moment. The oil moves, the metal warms, everything starts responding the way it should. Your calf muscles are that engine. When you have been sitting or moving gently around the house, the blood flow through those muscles is quiet and the muscle fibers are cool. Ask them to suddenly power you down a front step and along an uneven footpath, and they respond late, not by much, by fractions of a second. But falls live in fractions of a second, and your calves are only half the story. The other half is at the front of your shins in muscles called your dorsiflexors. That is just the name for the muscles that lift your toes as your foot swings forward. Here's the number that should get your attention. At the middle of each step, your toes clear the ground by about ½ an inch. That is the entire margin between a normal step and a stumble. When those shin muscles are stiff and cold, that ½ inch shrinks. The toe drops, the paving stone wins. Your ankle itself behaves like a garden gate hinge. Leave it still and it stiffens. Swing it a few times and it moves freely again. So the picture is this: cold engine below, stiff hinge in the middle, and a ½ inch of clearance doing all the work. That is why the first 5 minutes of a walk are the most dangerous 5 minutes. And it is also why 1 in 4 adults over 65 falls every single year, with more falls happening during ordinary walking than during any other single activity. Not on ladders. So here's the move the title promised you. I call it the doorway wake up. 1 move, 2 halves, 60 seconds. 10 slow heel raises to warm the engine. Then 10 ankle rocks to loosen the hinge and lift that toe clearance back up. If you take only one habit from this entire channel, make it this one. This is the single most protective minute you can add to your day, and physical therapists have used both halves of it in fall prevention programs for decades. Shoes on, doorway, wake up, then out. Let me walk you through it properly. Before you do the first raise, a few ground rules. Because doing this safely matters more than doing it quickly. Do it in your walking shoes, never in socks on a smooth floor. Keep one hand on the door frame or a sturdy wall the entire time while you are learning. Have a chair within a few steps in case you want to sit. If you feel sharp pain or the room starts to swim, stop, hold on, and rest. And if you have had a recent surgery, a heart condition, or your doctor has given you movement restrictions, run this past them first. It is a gentle move, but your body gets the final vote. Part 1, 10 slow heel raises. This half exists because your calves need blood and warmth before they can catch you. In real life, your calves are what push you off a curb, carry you down your front step, and steady you when the footpath tilts. Cold, they hesitate. Warm, they answer instantly. Stand tall in the doorway, feet about hip-width apart, one hand resting on the frame. Rise up onto the balls of your feet, taking a slow count of 2 on the way up. Pause for 1 second at the top. Then take a slow count of 3 coming down. That slow lowering matters just as much as the lift. Do 10. One form cue. Press through your big toe as you rise, so you go straight up like a string as pulling the crown of your head toward the ceiling, not tipping forward onto your toes. And one sensation to expect. Around raise number 6 or 7, you will feel warmth spreading through your calves. That warmth is not tiredness. That warmth is the engine turning over. That is the whole point. Once 10 slow raises feel easy, after a couple of weeks, lighten your grip from a full hand to 2 fingertips on the frame. Same move, a little more of your own balance doing the work. Now for the second half, and this one you will feel in the opposite place, a gentle pull along the front of your shins. Part 2, 10 ankle rocks. This half exists to protect that half-inch of toe clearance. Heel raises wake the muscles that push you forward. Ankle rocks wake the muscles that keep your toes off the pavement. You need both. They work together. Same position. Standing tall, hand on the frame. Now rock back onto your heels and lift the front of both feet, pulling your toes up toward the ceiling. Hold for 1 second. Lower with control. Do 10. One form cue. Stay tall through your hips as you rock back. Soft knees, no folding forward at the waist. And one sensation to expect. You will feel the muscles along the front of your shins working, maybe for the first time in a long while, and a gentle wake up through your arches. That effort at the front of your shin is exactly the muscle that decides whether your toe clears the paving stone in 10 minutes' time. When those feel comfortable, link the 2 halves into a rhythm. Raise up, lower, rock back, lower. 10 smooth cycles. Same 60 seconds, 1 continuous move. Before we lock this into your mornings, 1 quick minute. Everything I have taught you today comes straight out of Steady for Good, the balance and leg strength handbook I wrote for people over 70 who are tired of feeling wobbly on the footpath before their body has even woken up. 110 pages. Every exercise, step by step, the whole plan in plain words. It is $35 right now, marked down from $47, which is less than a single session with a personal trainer costs almost anywhere. To get it, pick up your phone and open the camera, the same one you use for pictures. Point it at the square code on your screen and hold it steady. When the little link pops up, tap it. Or it is waiting below in the description. Take whatever time you need. I am in no rush at all. Now, the 10-second doorway test is up next, and this is the one I promised would surprise you. Here it is. The 10-second doorway test. After your 10 raises and 10 rocks, rise up onto the balls of your feet 1 more time, lighten your grip to just your fingertips, and hold the top position while you count to 10. 10 seconds, that is all it asks. Here is what the result means, and here is the part that surprises people the most. When someone struggles with this test, they almost always assume their strength failed. It usually did not. Watch what actually happens. You get to the top just fine. The push was there. What gives out is the stillness. Your ankles start making dozens of tiny corrections and you wobble. That wobbling's not a problem. That wobbling is your balance system doing its job out loud, and every second you hold it, that system is practicing. If you cannot hold 10 seconds yet, keep the full hand on the frame and hold for 5. The number will grow. Test yourself once a week and watch it climb. That climbing number is your fall protection measured in seconds at your own doorway. Now let me make sure this actually happens tomorrow, because a move you forget protects nobody. The secret is that you never rely on memory. You attach the move to something you already do without thinking. You already put your shoes on before every walk. So the rule becomes shoes on, wake up, out. The shoes are the trigger, the doorway is the gym, the walk is the reward. Margaret is 78. Her walk starts at the same back door every morning. And for a year, the first stretch of her street felt like the hardest part of her day. Stiff, careful, eyes down. She started doing her 10 and 10 while the kettle cooled, shoes already laced, hand on the door frame. She says the strangest part was how quickly the door itself became the reminder. She does not decide to do the move anymore. The door decides for her. Picture your own version of that. Your door, your frame, your 60 seconds. And there's a bonus hiding inside this habit that has nothing to do with tripping. Your calves are a second heart. Every time they squeeze, they push blood from your feet and lower legs back up toward your chest, uphill against gravity. That is why doctors call the calf the peripheral pump. If your feet often feel cold or your ankles feel puffy by afternoon, those 10 heel raises are also a circulation wake-up. Many people notice their feet feel warmer within the first block of the walk. Same 60 seconds, second benefit, free. One more piece, and it is about the walk itself. Even with warm calves, give your body the first block as a runway. Take slightly shorter steps for the first 2 or 3 minutes. Keep your eyes on the path a few strides ahead, not down at your feet, because in real life your balance has to work while your eyes are on where you are going. After that first block, when you feel your normal rhythm arrive, let it. You will be walking on a body that is already awake, and you will feel the difference. Now, I want to be honest with you about what this move is and what it is not. 10 heel raises will not build powerful calves on their own. Real strength takes weeks of dedicated work, and this minute is not that work. It was never meant to be. Its job is timing. It moves your warm-up from the middle of your walk, where it costs you your most dangerous 5 minutes, to your doorway, where it costs you nothing. Do it before every single walk, morning or afternoon, short or long. And here is the part people get backwards. Do not skip it on the days you feel loose and steady. Those are the most important days of all, because those are the days the habit either hardens into armor or quietly dissolves. Within about 2 weeks, expect 3 changes. The first block of your walk stops feeling like a negotiation. The 10-second test gets noticeably easier. And front steps, curbs, and that stretch of uneven path near your house start to feel like scenery again instead of obstacles. None of that is luck. That is a warm engine and a moving hinge, 60 seconds before the world gets to test them. Because this was never about exercise for its own sake. This is about walking out your own front door on your own 2 feet, whenever you choose, for as long as possible. The stairs, the shops, the garden, the street you have walked for 30 years. You are doing 60 seconds of quiet work at a doorway so your body can protect you later, in the split second when it matters most. That is not a workout. That is independence, paid for 1 minute at a time. And here is what I want you to know before you go. This cold start rule does not only apply at your front door. It applies inside your home, in 3 specific places, and the trip to the bathroom at 2 in the morning is the most dangerous of the 3. That is the next video, and if night hallways are part of your life, you will want it. Tell me down below which door your doorway wake up is going to live at. The front door, the back door, or the garage. I read every comment, and your answer helps the next person picture theirs. You now own the 60 seconds that change every walk you take. Warm calves before your first step, toes that clear the ground, and a first block that finally feels like yours again. If you want that same steadiness running through your whole day, the handbook is 1 scan away. Phone out, camera open, point it at the square on your screen and hold it steady, then tap the link when it appears, or find it just below in the description. No hurry whatsoever, I will wait. And if you want to keep getting steadier week after week, subscribe to Steady Steve, because staying subscribed here is one small way of staying independent out there.